Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads, and today I'm coming at you with the mid-year book freakout. Mid-year freakout book tag. Mid-year freakout book tag. Mid-year freakout. Mid-year book. Something or someone is freaking out, okay, and it's mid-year. I don't know. Mid-year freakout book tag. Let's stick to that. Let's just stick to that. Today that's what I'm bringing you, and I don't know who the original tag person who originated this tag was. I really don't. I'm sorry. And from what I gather, I think also from Haley's video, because I watched it, she says that the person who started the tag took down the video. Could be true, could not be true. I didn't do any independent research on this being true or false, but the tag is there. There are questions to be answered, and thank you to whoever originated the tag. It is not my original tag, and I feel like that should suffice to let you know that I did not invent this tag. There are 16 questions, so I think the quicker we go through this tag, the better, Guys, I've been in this mood, man. I don't know. It's a good mood, but I just think that it might scare people, you know. But here we are. Question number 1. The best book you've read so far this year. Best book I've read so far this year is Slay by Brittany Morris. I will be putting up a review up on this channel. If by the time that you have watched it, if by the time that you've watched this is already up, please do the right thing. Press the right button and find out all about Kiera and the world of virtual gaming and what she has done with this. Wow. So this is the best book that I've read this year. I love it because I love any book that has stories from the perspective of a younger black woman, right? So I would say representation, but on one day it's not my representation, but one day it will be representation for my daughter and for my son. And I love collecting such books because of how they've touched me and the lessons that are entwined in these books for them. I can easily just pass it along and hope and pray that they will pick up exactly what I've picked up in these. This is a YN novel. It comes out in October, and it is Brittany Morris's debut novel, and she has like tossed it out of the ballpark. Guys, it is amazing. It is a beautiful book. This is definitely my best read so far this year. So, and the fact that it trumps Angie Thomas is on the come up should be telling, because you guys know how I feel about Angie. You know how I feel about her. So this definitely the best read of the year. My best sequel you've read in 2019 so far. My best sequel is okay. So where art thou? Okay, so obviously best sequel, it goes without saying, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter, guaranteed best sequel after best sequel after best sequel. So we won't say much about that because we knew this and I'd read the book before, but it still remains a fave. However, the only duology I've ever read in my life was the Monsters of Verity, I think. Yeah, it's Monsters of Verity series, and the sequel to that was Our Dark Duet. I enjoyed this a whole lot. I enjoyed it mainly because as a duology, I think that it actually wrapped up the story. I didn't feel like it left the story hanging, and it actually answered a lot of questions that I had from book 1, and it just was a beautiful story. V. Schwab really did a good job with this duology. I really don't want to lie. I thought that the hype would not live up to, rather, what am I saying? I thought that the series wouldn't live up to the hype, but she really met my expectations and beyond. Loved it. Loved. Our Dark Duet by V. Schwab. Favorite sequel of the year. new release you haven't read yet but want to. So the new release that I haven't read yet, I think it came out this month, but I don't know if it's out in SA yet. I haven't actually gone to look at the bookstores. It's the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, which is Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I mean, guys, if you haven't read Children of Blood and Bone, I don't know what you're doing. But if you have read it, then you know why this is the sequel to watch. This is the thing to, like, how the story ended. How the story ended makes you want to read the follow-up. So I'm really not trying to miss that train this year. And we were gonna do a buddy read with Tembile, and I don't know if she's gotten a copy yet. Actually, I should ask her. But this is a new release that I'm yet to read. It should have come out this year. It is also, yeah, so it's the first half of the year, so it should have come out this month. Not this year, obviously, this year, but this month. Anyway, in June it should have come out, but that's my most anticipated. Guys, I don't know why I'm saying the wrong things. That is a new release that I definitely want to read that came out in the first half. So number 4 is the most anticipated release of the second half of the year. So my most anticipated release of the second half of the year is the fourth installment in the Kendari Blake series, which is 5 Dark Fates by Kendari Blake. I think it should be coming out in 2 months' time. I think. Okay, so if you guys have been with me on the channel for a while, you'll know that that series is a series that I am following, even though it started here and it looks like it's like, you know, the graph is like going down, but spiking a little bit here and there. But it is something that I want to finish because I've started. Are you guys one of those readers? You let me know if you're one of those readers that want to see a series till the end. I am one of those readers, but there are series that I would not even try. Like, for example, I read 50 Shades, the first book, and never read the rest because I'm just not up to that kind of thing, man. So I was like, nah, I'll miss this one. But I got attached to Kendari's character, so I do want to see how that story ends. So I don't know, let me know if you're one of those readers or not. So question number 5, biggest disappointment this year of, well, book that you've read this year. So my biggest disappointment this year has been Unravel by Christine Bernard. Christine is a South African author. I'm disappointed not because the story wasn't there, but it lacked on a lot of levels, including plot, including setting, including the whole show don't tell type of thing. It really could have been better done than it was, because the story is quite intriguing. It's just how it played out was, because I think that she was going for a story of whodunit as well as like kind of like YA by young adult. I don't mean like these fantasy types, but like a contemporary YA, but something just not something. You know what was the stress of this book was that the story just wouldn't end. I think that the reader deserved a little bit more respect when you felt like you'd conveyed the message and the reader had received the message. Then the story should have taken the next step, but it took pages upon pages of redundancy and repetition before the story concluded, and the conclusion was not even different to what the reader had already guessed pages and pages and pages ago. And for me, I was like, this held so much potential, so much promise, and it's just now gone wasted because of the redundancy. I don't know if you guys feel what I'm feeling here, because I'm really quite hurt with the story. However, I do have other books by Christine Bernard. These books were sent to me by the author herself. I do have other books by her, and I am crossing my fingers that if this is her first ever book, that the rest gets better. So that was my disappointing story of the year. my biggest surprise for the year was The Accident by another South African author called Gail Shimel. It is her fourth book. This book, because I'd never heard of the author, I didn't know what to expect while going in, but then she tackled such universal themes such as depression, such as motherhood, such as infidelity, such as girl to girl friendships, and just parenting, as well as the need for love in such a humorous but yet dignified manner. It was such a beautiful story. The Accident was really, really, really something that I would recommend the next person should read. It really was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. I enjoyed this. By Gail Shimel. The review is up on my blog, www.vuvuvenareads.com. Do the right thing. Do it. Do the right thing. Question number 7. Favorite new author. It can be a debut author or an author that's new to you. So my favorite new author is a debut author. It's Brittany, man. Brittany Morris, writer or author of Slay. She definitely did the things. She writes so clearly, and she handles her subject matter with such grace and such dignity and such awe also. Like, she just did a great job, guys. When October comes, remember Brittany Morris, please. And then, okay, the next question is newest fictional crush. So I'm not one of those, hey, like, I don't have fictional crushes. I don't know, maybe it's because I read a lot of YA and YA characters. YA, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, there's no connection there between me and them. So no crushes, no old crushes, no new crushes. I should read more adult books. Maybe I'll have fictional crushes. That should be telling. Okay, newest favorite character. Guys, I'm sure you guys are gonna like cram the cover to this book, because come on. Newest favorite fictional character is Kiara from Slay, the game developer, the woman, not even woman, the young girl who beats the odds to find herself. Like, obviously that's attractive. That's very attractive to me. That's very, like, despite the environment that she finds herself in society, in family, at school, everywhere, she found a way to find herself. That is exceptional, and I love that. I love that. Question number 10. Book that made you cry. Book that made me cry, because obviously we know she does this to me. I'm gonna come up by Angie Thomas. Angie has I want the right word, a magnificent talent, and she knows how to tap into my emotions specifically as the reader, and she knows how to make me laugh, but she also knows how to make me cry. And it could be laughing one word and the next word could just break me apart, just because of how she structures her sentences, how she builds up to the moments, how she just tags those emotions. She is gifted beyond words. So this is one of the books that made me cry. And I am a crier, just so you guys know. But more movies and series than books. So I think that says something. That says something. Book that made you happy. You guys will tell me when you're tired. Oh, guys, this thing made my heart sing. It really did. I loved this book. I can't say it enough. I really loved Slay by Angie. And you know, see, Slave by Brittany Morris. I really truly loved it. It really made my heart sing. It made me so happy to see a slice of the world such as this, that it could exist, that we could definitely take pride in who we are, have a platform where we can be ourselves without excuse, without explanation, just to be in full pride of being black, of being people of color. It is a beautiful story. It's like, obviously the author did mention that she was inspired by Wakanda, but it's like Wakanda in virtual reality. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It made my heart sing. Yeah. And question number 12, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. So I got the book from Pan Macmillan, South Africa, as mentioned. And did you guys look at this cover? It looks like there's some kind of binary code thing going on over. I am assuming this is Kiara, and if this is Kiara, she is stunning. But also the color choice, the purple against the black against the pink, is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I really love it. And the inside is the pink and black theme. I love the chapter headings as well. Let me just find one, because they keep that binary theme going. Come on, girl, where are we? Ooh, child. They keep that binary theme going over there, so you remember the world that's been created. It's just beautiful. I loved it. I really loved it. First half of 2019. That's my book. That's my book. That's my book. What books do you need to read by the end of this year? You guys know I need to finish my Harry Potter series before this year is over. So that's top of my list. There's a few others, like reading Beloved by Toni Morrison, reading A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, reading, I want to read The Great Gatsby. I think is on my list. But most importantly, it's the Harry Potter series. It has to be done. It has to be read. It has to be finished. That's non-negotiable. So then, okay. Question number 14. Favorite book to film adaptation you saw this year? I don't have one. I do not, unfortunately, go to the movies a lot. Actually, wait, it just dawned on me. I did watch The Hate You Give. I watched it this year, and unfortunately I wasn't impressed. But that's the only one that I've watched. So if this question says favorite, and it was not a favorite, so I will keep my mouth shut. Favorite video you've done so far this year? My favorite video of the year is my Chimamanda author spotlight, because I just love remembering the human beings behind the books. And because it was my first author spotlight this year, it also renewed that love for that specific writer. I was like, wow, man, like she does the most. Chimamanda does the most. If you have not seen the video, I will link it down below in the description box. Please do the right thing. Do the right thing. And favorite book community member, blogger, booktuber, or bookstagrammer? My ultimate fave. I love her because she's so genuine. I love her to bits. Like, I love her. Like, she's great, man. It's Marina from Young, Gifted and Black. You rock, Marina. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. And that's the end of the tag, you guys. So I won't be tagging anybody because it's mid-year. Anybody who wants to do this mid-year freak out book tag can go ahead and just do it. So if you feel like this is something that you want to do, to just get a grasp of how your year has been with your books, feel free. I tag you. If you are interested, you are tagged. And until next time, I really do love you guys.